diatribes called The Get Down.
I keep mine nice and tight.
Yeah, they were very popular
Loud
for the
and tight.
day, but we have updated them, and the Bill Squire Friday Get Down is how we start the weekend officially. You might think, let's say you're a clock watcher, say you're a card puncher, you're a 9 to 5er, no shame in that. You might have walked out at 5 o'clock and said, the weekend. Nope. Not until Bill Squire says so.
I say when the weekend starts.
That's right.
And I got big plans tonight going to the
what is
Monsters
tonight?
game.
Oh, you are?
Monsters game. I haven't been to one in a while, so I'm
Right.
excited. I don't think I made it to one at all last season, so I'm excited to get there tonight.
What's the occasion tonight?
I just was able to get some tickets and
Yep.
have some friends going with. There's going to be about 5 of us going. It's going to be a good time.
They're playing the Chicago Wolves
Yeah,
tonight, I
some
believe.
crappy
Yeah.
city.
Shut up, Bill. You're going to the game.
Take that.
I'm not even going to the game.
Yeah, but I'm going to the game to cheer for the Monsters, not the Chicago Wolves.
The what?
Chicago, I call it.
Oh, the Chicago Blow.
Oh, Chicago Blow's even better. Yeah.
The Woofs.
Wolves.
Chicago Woofs. Yeah, well, I haven't seen a Wolves game in a while either. Don't really get out to the All-State Arena when I'm home. But,
Blow.
oh, did it.
Pretty good.
Yup.
Take that.
Well, we got a few Calder Cups under our belts. I remember the first year that I was back home when I got my job there in 2006. They won the Calder Cup, I think, that next season because I was doing a lot of appearances with the Calder Cup. I have to assume that the Monsters have won, yeah? Monsters.
Yeah, they won the same year as the Cavs.
Oh, they did?
Remember? Yeah.
But they were overshadowed.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. By the Cavaliers winning a championship. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? If you listen on iHeartRadio, I'd like to know where people are. If you listen to the app because you're out of state and simply can't bear to be away from us. Mary is a new bureau chief in Astoria, Queens. Another Mary is in Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Oh, we have a mobile bureau chief that asked for Roman, who goes on the road to do his coaster sales. He's on his way to Orlando.
Does he spell it ROAMIN apostrophe?
Oh.
He's on the road.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's on his way to Orlando for to sell some wares.
He's
he might be there by now.
Plugging his wares in Orlando? They don't have local wares?
Well, he sells at Comic Cons and stuff like that.
I see.
Yeah.
His coasters.
Yeah, his coasters. And
All right.
Still one of my mom's favorite gifts.
The coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coasters. I got her some for Christmas.
Gotcha. And what do they have on them?
Pictures of us, pictures of her.
Oh, okay.
And
they're glazed and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He done them up real good.
He done them up real good,
He done 'em
Mom.
up real good.
These are for you.
She loves sentimental gifts like that.
No,
Like,
listen, all moms do. All you got to do is give a mom something with your picture on it, and she'll love it.
Well, I was like, not that it. I enjoyed getting her that gift because I knew she would like it. But I think the following year I got her a Michael Kors watch, and she was like, "Thanks." And
the one off of Amazon.
Right.
then I also got my aunt, and she
Yeah.
was
Right.
like, well,
Turned her wrist green after 2
no,
weeks.
whatever. It was real. Forget you guys. It was expensive.
But to your point, not a sentimental gift. It was like nice, but she probably enjoyed it less because she didn't feel it was it
My mom
didn't have
is
sentimental value.
the exact opposite of me. She's not materialistic. Like
Right.
she does not like gaudy stuff. She wears rings and earrings. That's about it. But she doesn't even like big rings. Like just a ring, a gold ring is fine.
Have you wondered why you're materialistic and your mom wasn't? That's not the way you were raised.
It's the way I'm rebelling, Alan, like we talked about.
Yeah. You
I want
rebelled
some-
against her non-materialism.
The same reason why I like to travel now, because I was like, we didn't really travel a lot as kids. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can get a plane ticket and just go anywhere in the world because my friends live there, or, travel on a budget.
Right. Well, that's more a function of being an adult, though. I mean, you couldn't take yourself places when you were a kid. You're at the mercy of whether or not, like my parents hated to travel too, so we never went anywhere. You're at the mercy of your parents.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what we were like lower middle class. We could have gone on like a car road trip or something, but my mom doesn't drive, so that wouldn't happen. And then like flying, she never even like thought about it after 9/11. Like we didn't go on vacations. It was always, if we didn't go with our aunt somewhere, we just didn't go.
That's what I was going to ask. You never went anywhere with your mom's sister, and the mom's sister was like, "I'll drive."
No, yeah, we did. We went to Myrtle Beach and we went to Disney World.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so
And
that was
more
a
than we did.
long car ride.
That is a long car ride to Myrtle Beach.
But yeah, until Jamaica, that was the last time I was on a flight was before 9/11.
All right. So Roman's down in Orlando then.
Yep.
Okay. Well, again, people who listen on the app, they can always leave messages for us anytime they want to.
Hey, I just wanted to know what Yins think would make up the Mount Rushmore of the most famous, biggest artists of all time. For me, it's Taylor Swift, Michael Jackson, the Beatles, and Elvis. Let me know what Yins think. Love you, making love to me. Hate the show.
Oh, making love to me.
Like,
What a random
that's so many
question.
people. When you put the whole Beatles in there, you got to choose people, not groups.
But what was the what are we
It
putting?
sounds like the most famous musical artist,
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
I
So
mean-
your top 4 of all time.
His were Taylor Swift, Michael Jackson, the Beatles, and Elvis. Beatles are 4 guys. And who are they, Cody?
John, Paul, George, Ringo. Oh, okay. I thought I got one wrong.
And he got them in order, too. We really drilled it into his brain. Mount Rushmore. Yeah, I don't know.
Michael Jackson, Elvis.
Oh, you're going also with Michael Jackson and Elvis.
There wasn't a person on the planet that was more famous than Michael Jackson. Not even just like an actor or anybody, a president. He was the most famous person ever.
Okay.
So Michael Jackson, Elvis, Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Because I think about, can they go anywhere in the world and they're known by people? I mean, I would put Taylor Swift on the list. I would put Beyonce on the list too. Like, just crossover. Can you go to any country and sell out arenas? And that's only a handful of artists.
All right. I'd go Fatty Arbuckle, Kerry Russell, Jim Varney, Miss Piggy.
Solid list.
I mean, I think so, but that's just me. I'm not out there carving Mount Rushmore. He just wanted to know what Yins think about it. So Poundcake's pretty across the board.
I didn't say the Beatles because I wasn't alive to see their like reign. I didn't get to see their
You
fame.
didn't see Elvis's.
But we still, okay, you got me. I'm full of crap. No, I just don't care about the Beatles, so I wouldn't go. So I'm biased, I guess.
Even though they're one of the biggest bands of all time.
I feel like after your prime, no one cares about you.
Huh.
And like the Beatles, they were only famous for like 5 years, or not famous. They were famous for a long time, but like they were only together for 5 years. So
Yeah, but they're still making not making music, but like people are still talking about them and making money off of them to this day.
did they have a reunion tour?
No, most of them are dead.
Yeah. Half that band is gone. A full 50% are dead.
Well, then put Paul McCartney there and on one, and then
Well, he's the only one still actively. I mean, Ringo Starr goes out, I guess,
I was
occasionally.
just saying no one cares about Ringo. Like it's mainly Paul McCartney, and then who was the one that died?
Well, John Lennon died and George Harrison died.
But-
John Lennon was
gotcha.
killed.
John
George
Lennon was
Harrison
killed
had
in
cancer.
Yeah.
But I mean, people put Ringo in the background because Paul wrote the songs. He and John wrote the songs, so those songs sprang from their minds. But Ringo's a very rich man.
Is the Beatles music dated? Like, would this generation listen to the Beatles songs?
There's a lot of people that do.
But like, would they go
I heard
see them
Get
in
Back
concert?
today. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's part of the enduring thing. I grew up in a house where they were always. My mom was a massive Beatle maniac as a teenager, and so for a long time, going back to rebelling against your parents.
Mhm.
I didn't do it in very specific ways, but as a younger person coming up and kind of feeling my own musical tastes out, I actively resisted the Beatles because, not out of spite, but it was just like I knew what they meant in the musical firmament. I knew what they meant to my mom, but I'm like, that was then, man. It took me a long time before I had the presence of mind to be like, yeah, of course, the Beatles, right? I mean, even if they're not your cup of tea,
Would Harry
you
Styles
can't
go on the
begrudge
list?
any. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Would Harry Styles go on the list?
No.
It's whatever your list is.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Harry
put him on there.
Styles, I mean, he's probably got another few years left.
I was trying to think like One Direction's like would be like the modern.
I would
day
put somebody
Beatles.
from BTS probably above them, or like just because they're so damn popular.
This is Mount Rushmore, Bill, not Mount Korea. Isn't that a mountain over there? Oh, okay. Is it Mount Korea? Isn't that a thing?
Mount Korea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at geography.
Actually, you mentioned on a regular basis that you're terrible at geography.
Well, that would
Yeah.
explain it. List of mountains in Korea. It's Mount Rushmore, Bill, not Mount Obong San.
Nailed it.
It's Mount Rushmore, not Mount Buksubakesan. Gwanmobong. The second tallest mountain in all of Korea is Mount Gwanmobong. Well, there you go. All right. BTS. I think that they might have done Saturday Night Live at some point, and that's probably the closest I've ever gotten to almost hearing their music. I know nothing. As popular as that band
Yeah,
is, I
it's-
know nothing.
I don't know
about
any
their
of the music, but I just know they have a gigantic following.
Yeah.
K-pop is no joke.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's pretty wild, though, because it's basically like, over here, maybe less so now, but there was always a lot of skepticism around manufactured bands, whether it was Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. They were obviously very, very popular. The people who manufactured these bands knew what they were doing. But over there, it's like Menudo, where they would just rotate. Somebody would age out and they rotate them in. And those K-pop bands, I don't even know how somebody lands on like their favorite one, because there's like 9 guys. It's the same thing with the girl bands.
Yeah, I think there was a band called Baby Metal or something like
They're
that.
still around. They just came through Cleveland, and
I was on the red carpet at the APMAs, like interviewing people, and then I just hear like a huge like roar of the crowd. I'm like, "Ooh, who's here?" I thought
they were around when you did the APMAs.
I think they may have just come out because I remember because they came down the carpet and they're like in costume. They look like Baby Kiss, like they're girls pretty much dressed like Kiss. And I was like, there was a guy next to me. I said, "Who is that?" They said, "That's Baby Metal." And I was like, "Oh." And I don't know if they were giving interviews because I don't think they speak English. But
Well, no, it's those girls. They don't play instruments or anything. They're just fronting like guys playing metal. And these bands there are talent agencies in Asia that just put bands together and then send them out. And the Baby Metal is one of those bands.
yeah,
Because it's a novelty and because it's metal, they've gotten a little bit of a foothold in the U.S., but once the novelty wears off or once you see them live and you go, okay, I saw them,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not curious anymore and I would never go see them again.
Yeah, just like the sheer strangeness of it made them a draw at festivals. Like, well, let's go just see what
Right,
this is about.
of
And then
course.
you go, all right,
I get it.
there it is.
Yeah, it's like watching Guitar Hero
Uh-huh.
in a live concert setting. But yeah, I'm always surprised at the popularity of some of those bands over here. Because it's not like we ever have an era where there isn't a Western boy band.
What would it be right now?
What would it be right now?
Yeah, what's the Western boy band right now?
Nickelback.
Okay.
Big Time Rush.
I think they're all boys. Yeah, but they came back. They're trying.
Yeah,
they're
like, what's the
cashing in on
young-
nostalgia.
What's the youngins?
What are the youngins into right now?
Well, I didn't know what the difference between a boy band and a music group is because Boys to Men, I would consider like,
That's a boy band.
but they call it a music.
Well, they just
Yeah.
called themselves boys. I think they were always men, right?
Yeah.
Weren't they younger? or a little bit older than like the other guys in the I don't know. But a lot of, again, a lot of kids got hip to a lot of that older music because it was in things like Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, I remember when my son was younger, I'd be like, how the hell do you know Jimi Hendrix? Rock Band. Oh, okay. And they know what they're doing. So, you don't have to be of that same time. Isn't John Lennon on the Mount Rushmore of beating your wife? Somebody asked.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that beat.
Was John Lennon beating Yoko?
I don't think. Was it? I don't know.
I don't know. Or he means Cynthia Lennon. I think, know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Wouldn't Ike Turner be at the top and then everything else?
Ike Turner would absolutely be on that.
More like a pyramid.
Yeah.
OJ? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Ike didn't do that, so it was OJ, then Ike. Who's the third?
God, what would Yoko sound like if John was beating her up? Very talented woman. Bill, are you ready to begin the weekend?
So ready.
Everybody, have a drink on me. Everybody have a drink on me. Hey, everybody drink on me. Brother Leslie, how?
All right, as promised, the Bill Squire Friday Get Down in honor of the late, great Murray Saul here at WMMS. It's how we begin the weekend. Take it away, William.
It's Friday! Got to get down on Friday. I'm going to go watch some Monsters Hockey with my friends. Watch them get jerked into the board and slap them shoots and do all sorts of fist fighting and stuff like that. Slap shooter, slap shooter, slap shooter. It's Friday!
Slap them shoots. I'll tell you what. I'm a hockey fan, but I've never heard it distilled into just that
poetry?
that kind of experience. All right, there you go. The weekend's underway. Get out and slap your own shoots, however you want to do it. With the Bill Squire Friday Get Down. Got to take a final break here. We'll come back, wrap everything.